welcome back to the wonderful world of Yuru Camp, where we can just sit down, relax, enjoy the time, maybe see a bit of camping along the way. We're getting to see more of the characters and their lives outside, I guess, having to work hard for their hobbies and their enjoyments. Nothing can be enjoyed for free, it seems. But still, we have plenty of places in Japan and maybe elsewhere that have yet to be explored. And I think I remember something about a certain character cropping up in the last episode. But whether you want to see the sun rise or just get out of the house once in a while, maybe we'll pick up a thing or two. So once again, check the links in the description for full videos. Maybe just keep the YouTube version in the background on mute. It helps out the channel more than you think you'd realise. But still, let's enjoy some Yuru Camp. She has been doing her job very diligently, hasn't she? Delivering all of the post around, no matter how cold it is. I mean, probably best to stay safe, especially when it's all icy and snowy outside. But, wow, how can she turn down this invitation? I was imagining a one-word answer, like sure, but short and sweet, I guess. And I do like the fact we are getting a lot of the downtime, the travelling in between the campsites and the various things that she's doing, the travel being part of it. Kind of like where she got so much of a detour and then found herself a little, was it a hot spring or bath or something? While personally I don't enjoy driving, sometimes it is calming. Usually when there's no one else on the roads. It's not that I don't like driving, I just don't like other people. Can't complain when it's also cheap. She has her priorities. As long as it's not closed for the season or anything. I rarely see a car park that empty. Much like her hobby is camping and whatnot, we're seeing it from that side where she's just enjoying the time and the relaxation. Same kind of thing with fishing. I have only been fishing once though. I do find it somewhat amusing that she goes out, finds all these amazing views and places, and a lot of what we're seeing is just her sat on the chair reading a book. I wonder how much calmer my life would be if I had a backing track of, like, pan flutes or something. Yeah, you could have a worse day. They're seeing the Tory Gate in the middle of the lake? Harbour? I see. It is framed quite nicely. You know, when we've got architecture and bits and pieces where it's set up like this, how could you not enjoy it? Yeah, I've definitely had more eventful, more hectic New Year's. Yeah, don't look too bad. You may need to try a bit harder to get her up. I mean, hopefully she was the gift of the ones that are next to her. But anything else that she's forgetting? This must be. I just. For some reason, when I saw the sister were kind of waving her off, well, at the entrance at least, I had a quick rundown of all the years that must have happened, going back hundreds. Don't know why. And not those characters, just everyone in general. Huh. I see. Quite a popular thing. Hopefully, it's not sold out before she gets her. 50? Four. Four will do. Maybe if you ask nicely, someone will separate with some of theirs. Or three. Or four. Make it 8. Yeah. I would I would say I'm probably quite similar in that regard. If it's something that seems like, oh, yeah, that seems nice. Can't can't settle at 1. You know, maybe I'll enjoy it. Give me another. That's a big cow. So formal. Is there another sight like the Torii Gate in the sun, but just a lot of birds? Which don't seem too flustered with the presence of humans around. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And unlike the seagulls and what we get down in Yarmouth, they're not attacking anyone. Well, as long as not watching The Birds or anything. Who is that? Scorsese? Hitchcock? She's not a fan. Ah, is it because it's just expensive? She. Will this be a gift? Whenever you start thinking that, keep holding on to that hope. There's a ramen. 200 yen for a bottle of ramen. Not bad. Ah. It's covered. How can... So, because she's been a good friend, show her the best of what the local produce can be. Yeah, might need to show some appreciation there for the father and the like. Actually showing the full process. Oh, okay. I mean, I've seen it done. Didn't think I'd be seeing it in an anime as well. In such kind of clear fashion. Okay, maybe she can't look. Doesn't look too bad. Never had eel, despite my granddad's preference for, I would say, a British treat, but I really want to distance myself as far as possible with jellied eels. Did say it was top grade. Good thing it's worth the money then. And how many more places you gonna take her to before you get to the grandparents' place? But apparently that was it. No more high grade unagi. I like the little bit of she's putting in the effort. A little bit of saying hello to the cat was what I was going to say. She might be a bit too comfortable about being here. Despite how wrapped up they are, still got to get under the katatsu. Ah. The bottomless pit of her stomach. She does seem all too happy every time she's having anything. But she really calmed down now. Jesus! Last week, she learned it from the best. see. Okay. The taskmaster forcing her to get up and do some exercise. I think I need someone pressuring me to actually get out and do something. I mean, she is staying quite active now, though, especially with her delivering letters and post job. She's like putty. She seems fine with it. Even if I was getting some weird, like, Made in Abyss flashbacks. And we were definitely not going to forget about the center outfits. It's the most important part. Find out for yourself what the best part of camping is. We're just trying the food, the cooking. I mean, it's not exactly. Well, that's the point of it. It's meant to be a grill. It's not exactly hard to work out how things work. Don't trust her on it. I barely think she's fine on a push bike, let alone anything with a motor. I do like how almost stoic that cat looks in all things. And compared to oven cooking and whatnot, there's something on an open flame and a grill that does pick up certain flavours. She actually got them, did she? How is she winning in the game of life? Impossible. It's everyone's got their own lives. They can't just throw away work to spend a few extra hours with someone. That's coming from someone that would actually just give work the cold shoulder. I mean, she has been out camping for a while and driving and whatnot, so. And I guess the light from the moped helps out a little bit. She does have something strapped to the front of the bike. I would say, kind of like after watching Call of the Night, and well, I guess a bunch of photography and whatnot that I used to do when I was in college. Nightscapes like this, where you can see the stars and lights across the cities, I do enjoy those sights. That she enjoys being by herself, but group camping is still an experience you can't get rid of. I do personally enjoy doing things by myself and getting to enjoy it at my speed, but getting to appreciate it with others who also enjoy it. That's when you know you've. Of course, you would have pocket noodles. Really cannot wait before digging in. She might have a small appreciation for it now, though. It's not the cold that attracts them out for camping, it's in spite of the cold. Everything else they get to experience. Well, it is a plan then, isn't it? It was a nice little episode where we got to see them interact a bit more and, oh, conversation at least. I thought, well, okay, a single line at least. Good to see that the moped was strapped down quite heavily in the back of that. Don't want it getting damaged or sliding around. And it is strange that throughout watching Yuru Camp, there's small sections which ultimately aren't anything, really, in terms of the show itself, but they're bringing back memories and reminiscing about the past. For some reason, just the conversation back and forth there, when the granddad picked her up, even if it was just a singular line, that brought back a very strong moment that I shared with my granddad. So if nothing else, I need to. This episode is probably going to mean a bit to me for that alone. Strange what you can remember from sights, noises, sudden smell. Although that one's hard to get through anime. Great. We get more camping club forts. Yeah, they got up and moved it rock by rock. That is quite the shift. Her her grasp on geography may not be the strongest if she bought into that fort. It's been a while since I've done anything special for, say, New Year's or any sort of holiday or occasion, let's be honest. Sure, I go down and visit family, but I haven't seen any old, like, childhood friends or anything. As you get older, everyone kind of has their own shit to do and gets harder to meet. But if we were to go back to like my old town that I used to live in, spend some time with my nan and maybe see an old friend or two. There's no high grade eel place, surprisingly, but there's very little in terms of anything I would actually pick out and do some sort of speciality of the area. Mainly because the economy has kind of hit the shitter and everywhere is closed by now. I do wonder though, when it comes to anime, didn't really see it in this episode, but it's a thought I've had before. We always see these kind of end of year festivals, New Year, go to the shrine, that kind of thing. I don't think there are any really, apart from maybe like the 5th of November or something, that would have an occasion where random people would gather into like a festival. I feel like the UK is missing out in that regard. But I think just like a character we saw in this episode, Yuru Camp is having an effect on me personally, but maybe you as well. You have to let me know. But as much as I am probably not going to start, going to go out, get my own tent and all the utensils to start camping as well, at least I can understand what the joy they would get out of it was. And considering that I have fallen down a rabbit hole once or twice in terms of YouTube videos that I started watching and then going off on a trail of random shit, the building a shelter winter survival type stuff, let's just say I've well versed in the topic now thanks to online videos. Would I be able to actually go out and do camping on a hobbyist scale? Probably. It's not actually that hard. Got a tent, set that up. Got a stove kind of thing that was showed here. Wow, how does that work? Well, you got some coals, got some fire, got some food. You're good to go, really. I think kind of like Rin, just trade off the book for maybe my phone, or even Switch would do. Mainly because I don't think I can get my PC out and set it all up in the tent as well. That might be pushing it. But I really do think that alongside everything else that I'm watching at the minute, having something like Yuru Camp where there is nothing really intrinsically pushing this forward, it's just following the lives of these girls and they try to learn about camping and enjoy it together, in various forms. And we're just along for that experience as well. We can just sit back and enjoy it all, see what there is out in the world. And certain ingenuities, like making the Torii Gate exactly placed so you have the sunset on it. The fact that they probably get to... The fact that they probably saw that sunset at one point and thought, you know what? This seems like a good place to put something there to really encapsulate it. I wonder how many times we've done that same kind of building. It's been off slightly. For instance, if I tried to erect a monument or a gate or something there, yeah, I'd end up screwing that up. It'd be all skew whiff. And it reminds me of the old, was it Mayan temple? I'm not gonna lie, I did just Google it to make sure I was thinking of the right thing. The Mayan temple of the serpent god in Chichen Itza. The sun getting the right angle at a certain time of year, showing through, and yeah, now you've got the rigid back of the serpent sliding its way down the stairs. That kind of ingenuity when it comes to building. Great. Obviously, it's going to take a try or two to get it right first time. If you know of any other structures and like that, do use the sun's position or anything else in particular to create some cool light shows or things of interest. I want to know about it. Spread my list of bullshit facts that I know a bit wider. But if you have enjoyed this episode of Yuru Camp, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing. If you wouldn't mind treating me to a delectable dinner of some eel, that I would probably not pay for myself, not 4,000 yen. Well, make sure you come back, because there'll probably be something of the like showing again soon. Yuru Camp doesn't go too far without having another local delicacy, seeing some of the produce on sale. Whether it be the strawberry rice cakes, eel, various pancakes and dough products that we see her buy constantly. I'm making myself hungry. Before I waffle on... Ooh, waffles. Too much longer. Get some rest. I want to see you again soon, so... make sure to come back. Whether it's New Year's or not, instead of spending time with family or seeing the sunset, we can always sit inside and watch more anime. With that in mind, I really do need to thank my patrons that are Noku, Raywin, Sal, Trayvon, Shiwan, Akane, Guado, Tori Jane, Kite, Light Wizard 91, Mega 42, Diego Zenhausen, Nedsaid 9870, Croyville, Maxwell, and everyone else. Because much like grilled mochi, they really make my days worth living. So once again, thank you.